Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, bookers, whatever time it is, wherever you are. I'm Nigel, back on excellent books in the conservatory again. I must apologise. It is shocking weather in England. We are in December. I've just finished work, got home, got to take the girls out. Although I doubt Win will want to go out in this weather. So I'd like to say thank you for everyone that's watched the last Edgar Rice Burroughs, my Edgar Rice Burroughs collection, and the new subscribers. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of you, even my old ones from the very beginning. So what have I been reading in November? Now, I have read a lot for me in November, but it's been a very busy month. We've been to Iceland, we've been to somewhere else. I've been on lakes, the weather's been shit, so time to tuck in with a book. When we went to Iceland, which was 2 weeks ago, there's only one book that I'd take to Iceland, The Blue Fox. I've talked about this book before. It's an Icelandic author, Sjöon, however you pronounce that, S-J-O-N. A blue fox is a mythical, very lucky animal, and it's about a hunter who tries and shoots the fox. And there's another story running as well in it. It's a tiny little book. How many pages? You can read this literally. If you believed everything that booktubers say, you could read it in an evening. I can't, but a lot of people can. 112 pages. That's 2 nights for me, but 112 pages. Some of you could read that in an afternoon, no doubt, easily. Highly recommend this book. Took it to Iceland. Why wouldn't you? 5-star book. But I started the November off with this book here. Science fiction masterworks, Hero's Journey. Look at that, £4.50 on the back, $10.99, second-hand bookshop, bargain. Sterling E. Lanier, bit of background on him. He was a what do you call them? Book producer, I would imagine, something like that. He encouraged the Dune books to be published, and in so doing, he got quite famous. He wrote these. Now, I really enjoyed these. There's 2 of them. I read them this month. So there's that one, Hero's Journey, and Unforeseen Hero. First off, I read that. It's about a dystopian world many light years into the future of America. There's been nuclear war, everywhere's irradiated. Animals and humans have mutated because of this, and this young man leaves the monastery in the north of America to find relics of the past a computer. There are baddies, there are goodies, there are monsters. It's very Edgar Rice Burroughs like. Big adventure, he falls in love with a woman but he don't know how to get about it. The women are strong. The one in this is, he's got a mutant moose, a mutant bear, and they all can communicate by telepathy. And they go on these adventures, and I'm not going to spoil it because it is well worth a read. It is well worth a read. If you like science fiction, pick it up, buy it. It's an unfinished series, but it was on the interwebs. His daughter has found some old papers of his, and she has written the third and final book. Now, I think I will get it when it ever comes into print, just to finish off the story. So in between these two, and this is Unforsaken Hero, is much the same as book one. Same characters and extra characters. There's this brilliant bit with a giant snail who fixes him. That is such a good couple of chapters. I really enjoyed them in the second book, Unforsaken Hero. And there's a big war and everything, but I'm not put spoilers in it. I went in blind and I'm very pleased I did. I think you should. So in between these two, this was another £4.50 one. I've just took the what's it off. So second-hand shop, under a tenner. Well, yeah, under a tenner. 2 science fiction masterworks. Excellent. And it's a real page-turning romp. In between these two, I read my continuing Huxley, his famous The Doors of Perception, and in this edition by Vintage, which was also from the second-hand shop. I know you think I'm a tight bastard. I know you think I am, but if you save money, you can buy more books, can't you? So within this one is Heaven and Hell. Doors and Perception. So Huxley was interested in how the mind works. So he took mescaline, 0.4 of a gram of mescaline, which is a drug from the cactuses in the American desert, and you dry it. I think you dry it. I'm not sure how you process it, but he took it with a doctor friend of his and his wife to make sure he didn't do anything untoward. And it's his romp through a psychedelic, mind-altering afternoon, early evening. It comes across in the book. It's done, he's talking and he's being interviewed while he's having the trip by the doctor and his wife. He's took to a shop, big shop, and it's how he sees the the things in the shop, and it's how he sees shapes and colours. There's a good part of it in talking about flowers. And I thought that was quite interesting. The heaven and hell bit, you know, he's trying to hammer home points in the first bit of the book. Another very short, modern, vintage classic. So it's another 120 pages. I've only took drugs once. They was in Chamonix when I was a younger man, and there were mushrooms. I made a cup of tea. This geezer from Wales, he was a bit of a character at the time, and he used to put tin foil in his beanie hat because he thought aliens and the establishment had put a tracer in him and he was blocking the transmission. If you can hear a noise, it's the rain. And he got these magic mushrooms. What he told me later was, you drink the juice from the thing like a cup of tea, you dry the mushrooms back out, and then you eat them, you get another trip. I didn't know this. I'd never took drugs before as a young bloke. Drunk the drink, ate the mushrooms. Well, I was spanned. Absolutely tripping off my tits. The colours in the pine forest, because we was camping, were just unbelievable. In the woods in Chamonix Valley. Late summer, early autumn, the colours on the pine trees were unbelievable. Mountains, you could just see the drew, just unbelievable. I was tripping off my tits. It was cold at night. We built a big bonfire every night, and when the sparks come off, they all had little faces, and they was telling me to jump in the fire. Luckily, I had some mates with me that stopped me from doing that. So I wandered off, and this girl come and found me in a horse trough that everyone got mountain water from. And I was convinced, and I still can remember it to this day, lime green frogs, tiny lime green frogs, all over me in the horse trough on the mountainside. Incredible. She come and found me because I'd been gone a bit, tripping off me tits, took me back to me tent, got me dry, got me warm, and I just had an incredible night. And that's the only time I've ever took anything like that, and I do not recommend it at all, unless there's a grown-up with you who can look after you. And then would I recommend it? Not particularly. So I can see some of the points that he makes about colours and shapes. I kept seeing like diamonds, line diamonds and squares, because in the woods there was huge webs, and in the morning the dew, they'd all be looking absolutely fantastic. So I've always liked spiders, webs. That's probably why I saw all these shapes. But anyway, I was smacked off my tits with drugs that time. So I can see it. Would I recommend it? It's a filler in. I'm doing my Huxleys, getting through them slowly. So yeah. coming up towards the end of November, I carried on with my ERB, Edgar Rice Burroughs, Pellucidar books. This is my Savage Pellucidar. It's the second to last book. I think it's number 6. Follows the same storyline as all the others, with a few tweaks. Brilliant. You cannot go wrong with him. You know, just for a quick, easy read, daring adieu, adventure, monster people, you know, fantastic. Can't go wrong with it. I highly recommend everybody should read Edgar Rice Burroughs. This one, it follows Dinah the Beautiful, she's called. She is the princess of Pellucidar, the queen, if you like. She's married to David Innes, and while he's off settling, she goes up in a hot air balloon. The door, I mean, come on, who wouldn't tie the rope down? But Perry, the inventor, don't fasten the rope down. It's filled up with methane, I would guess, some noxious smelling gas. Goes up into the air, took by the winds to the, is it the Shadowlands or something like that it's called. The other part of Pellucidar, she's treated as a goddess on a Bronze Age, 2 Bronze Age, that's how he describes them, tribes who fight for her, and he comes to find her. She escapes with this other bloke. There's rebellions, they get back to it anyway. But there's another story which I quite enjoyed going on in this. It's this young man called Homer. Just put it down. Homer the Fleetfoot. He can run like the wind, this kid. And he meets this girl who can't help herself from lying constantly. And anyway, they get kidnapped and all like this. She's sent in a boat to find him, and she ends up being a princess, a goddess in this opposing village. And David Innes shacks up with her to be a god, and between them both, they both escape, find the beautiful Dinah, and they go back, and all's well. Brilliant story. I right enjoyed it. What more can I say about this month? Not a great deal, actually. I think I've raced through these because I'm conscious that my videos rattle on. So I'm trying to keep them short. Once again, thank you all for liking and subscribing. December's a busy month for me. We're off to Edinburgh tomorrow. Next week we're going to Bath. Then it'll be Crimble. But in the intermediate thing, I will give you another video on the enormous book haul that I've done. Very naughty. Some of them I won't even read because they're my favourite books, and they're the penguin, what do you call them, with the orange and the white and the orange, original penguins. One of them is from 1936. Excellent. So anyway, enough of me waffling. I hope you have a fantastic December. I hope you've had a brilliant November. Keep reading. Don't worry how fast you read. Enjoy what you read. See you all again. Bye.